Hello everyone, the aim of this video is to provide to you some activities that you can use in your classroom, and hopefully you can include them in your lesson planning. These activities are for students to practice their speaking ability during your lessons, and hopefully they can be very useful for you during your classes. I have adapted these materials to what we have encountered in the program of Colegio de Bachilleres del Estado de Puebla. The first activity I am explaining here is a dictation. In this case is a dictation drawing. So you have a drawing. The good thing of this activity is that you can adjust the complexity of the activity. It could be for all ages, for all levels, and you can adjust from students of first semester, second semester, third semester, or fourth semester. And this is a drawing you could use. You can see it's colorful. You can use colors, or even you can use white and black. And this is another kind of drawing, or just simple for beginners, for example. This is a simple drawing you could use for this activity. Now, what you do is you can use some different kinds of topics for this activity. For example, here you could use prepositions of place, for example, next to, below, on top, and vocabulary. You can help students develop vocabulary. And the purpose of this activity is to make the students speak, which is what we need in the classroom, which is what we are actually lacking in the classroom, and we need to improve this ability. And here we are using rooms of the house, for example. You could even use topics as there is or there are, and you could do it as complex as you wish for your students. And this is very simple, you know. It's like 4 objects, and you could use colors or not. What you will need for this activity is the drawing, because students will be dictating, and you will need markers or color pencils, pieces of paper, or even a notebook. You know, students could do this in their notebooks. It's simple. You don't need to prepare a lot of material for this activity. This time I have this drawing, okay, that I'm going to use to explain the activity. For this activity you could do some variations, like you could have students work in partners, or you could even have the students work as a whole group, you know, and one student can come to the front of the class and dictate the drawing to all of the class, to the rest of the class. Or you can have students work with partners, and you could have student A and student B. Now, student A will dictate the drawing, and student B will draw the picture, okay? In this case, this is with colors, so student A could dictate, for example, there is a house in the middle of the piece of paper, and student B will be drawing the house in the middle of the piece of paper, you know. As I was saying before, you can complicate this activity for the students according to the level. You know, it could be a simple sentence, for example, like there is a house in the middle of the picture. Or you can complicate it adding adjectives, like there is a small house in the middle of the picture, and the house has a brown roof, for example, you know. And then you can, the student could continue dictating the picture. To provide students with more review, you can have a different student come to the front, show the drawing once it is finished, show the drawing and describe it again to the class. you know, and other students can participate this way. Now, what also you decide if you do is if you're going to award your students. You know, you can give them points depending on how well they draw and how accurate was their drawing to the original drawing. You know, you can give them extra points for the overall average of the class, or you can give them points as participation, or you can give them a gift. You know your students, you know your class, so you decide if you want to do that. Or you can also decide not to give them anything. They're just going to enjoy the activity and they're going to enjoy the playing and drawing. So, but that's up to you. This is the second activity I am presenting to you, okay? This is called Find Someone Who, and you're going to use worksheets here. This is one of them, has the title Find Someone To, Find Someone Who, and you could use this activity. In this case, I am using it for practicing past tense. You know, you could also use this activity and practice a different tense, use simple present or future, or you can adjust this also to the topics you're reviewing. This is another kind of worksheet also that you could use. In this one, you have here the question actually you are going to be asking. What do you do in this activity, or the students interact with each other around the classroom? You know, they're going to find a partner to talk to, and even in this activity you can have the student create the worksheet. You can have it ready for them, or they can create it. Yeah. So first of all, what students do is they need to go around the class and find someone who answers the question positively, and on the line they're going to write the name of that person. They are going to you could have actually your students first write the questions here, the question they are going to ask, which is a question in past tense. You know, here you have celebrated your birthday last year. So the question is going to be, did you celebrate your birthday last year? When they find that person, and on the line you write the name of the person, and it would say at the end, like Daniela celebrated her birthday last year, for example. You know, this is how it's going to end up. You can actually tell your students also to continue a conversation, like 2 or 3 follow-up questions besides the question they're asking in past, you know. And here are some, this is vocabulary based on what you're using in the program we have for Colegio de Bachilleres, or it's like drink, watch, have, take, go, and the main verbs the students need to know. Well, these were the 2 activities I presented to you, and I hope you find them useful. And as I said before, that your students can have fun in the class and practice their speaking ability. If you have any suggestions, any opinions, any comments, or you need extra materials, you can contact me through my email, which will appear on screen. And thanks a lot for watching this video, and I hope I could see you next time.